Now I wanted to show you how to split an embroidery thread down to work with it. This is a standard embroidery thread. You want to start by actually cutting the length of thread that you require for your project. In terms of how long should you cut a piece of thread? Well, the best practice is to hold the thread between your thumb and forefinger as if you were holding a needle. And then you're going to take the thread and measure it to your elbow. This is the length of thread that you should cut. You will find a thread this length is much more manageable to use. Now I'm going to cut that off with a small pair of scissors, and I'm left with a single piece of thread the length that I require. Now you've got the length of thread that you require, you're going to be able to break the thread up. Now it depends really on how many threads you want to use. For a lot of projects I tend to break this in half, so I'll take 3 threads to one side and 3 threads to the other side, and you should simply be able to pull them apart. Now the reason we cut our thread first is if you tried to do this when it was attached to the rest of the length, it would get tangled like it is now all of the time. You need to be able to have the smaller length, and I tend to actually untwist this slightly, and that will actually separate the threads and allow you to release them so that you don't get a tangled mess at the end. And now I've got 3 threads here and 3 threads here. Obviously I would recommend keeping the piece that you're not using as well, so perhaps put that on a needle in your pincushion or put that to one side so that you know it's ready for use when you're ready for it. Now all we need to do is thread the needle, and I will be doing this by eye. I've wet the top of the piece of thread, or the 3 pieces of thread should I say, and I'm threading that onto my needle like so. And you may find that you need to make sure that the eye in your needle is large enough. A lot of dressmaking needles have got very small eyes, and you'll find that you won't be able to get the 3 threads through them. So then you're ready to go. You're ready to go and use your embroidery thread for whatever project you're working with. As I said, this is split down to 3 threads, but there are times when maybe I want something a little bit thinner, so I might use 2, and you could split it down to 3 twos, if that makes sense, because there are 6 threads in here all together. I hope you've enjoyed this short tutorial, and thank you for watching.